Hey everybody, Bumblebee here, and you're watching Optibotimus.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the absolutely incredible support by the folks at Robosen, we're going to be taking a look at their new Transformers Performance G1 Edition Bumblebee. Hot on the heels of their very popular and successful Transforming Optimus Prime, for their next release, they decided to do things a little bit differently. Sticking with a very classic beloved G1 character, unlike Optimus Prime, Bumblebee doesn't actually transform. But what they did was recreate him in a very accurate cartoon representation of the character in his robot mode. And I know that's going to put some people off, but stick with me as I do my best to showcase why this newest release from Robosen is worth adding to your collection. For the package, very similar to that Optimus Prime one. The only part that I would criticize is that the top section where you open it has this perforation. You like pull this off and then you can open the box. I'm not a big fan of that because now the lid is never going to be able to be completely closed. I wish they would have just done a regular flap sort of thing so that you can close that up. Not a big fan of that. But as you can see here in the top, Transformers, Hasbro logo, the authentic Transformer logo. The side here goes through a lot of the newest details about this. One of the most impressive is the new mobility and flexibility that this one offers that Optimus Prime actually lacks, including advanced adaptive control algorithms that really help to improve his stability. That's really quite impressive. The other side here, you got that big Transformers logo, and then when you come around the back, kind of a split image here showing the just regular look and then all the internal details on that side. I absolutely love it. And then when you do get it here, it's a little bit tricky to pull it out of the box. So let me see if I can do it. No, all right, hold on. We're going to do this the easy way. And we'll just do a cutscene and bring it back out here. And then here is the outer sleeve. Again, very collector style with this very heavy-duty foam internal packaging. You got the very nice embossed and painted Autobot logo, Transformers Authentic. You got Robosen down here. All the way around, very sturdy, very high quality. And then you open it, you throw it around, apparently. You open this up, and I'm not going to do spoilers by opening it, but you got Bumblebee that's going to be on the inside here. You do have different cords, like the power cord and everything inside these boxes. And then right here in the front, you just kind of put that together, right here is where the instructions are, which I will say the instructions are a little bit confusing, especially in terms of doing all the different features that this one does. But we'll get into all that, and you don't really need those because you're going to have my video to kind of help you out. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. Let's get this guy out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright, so here we have the new Robosen Performance Bumblebee G1 Edition opened up and out of its packaging. And I am once again completely blown away by the work that they've done. As I mentioned, no, this does not transform. But the engineering and design of this completely and utterly astonishes me. One thing that I want people to really kind of focus on is that Optimus Prime, in terms of a G1 toy, and the cartoon character basically were the same. So making a transforming version of him was gonna be easier. Robosen decided to give this guy a very accurate cartoon look. But as we know, that cartoon look really didn't look the way that the G1 toy did. It would be like trying to make that G1 Ironhide transform from the G1 toy to his animation model when they don't really look that similar. So I would much rather have a version of Bumblebee here that looks like the character than have one that transforms. Now, I know a lot of people are going to argue that a Transformer should transform. For those same people probably complain about statues of Transformers. I am perfectly content with this. And a lot of it has to do with the functionality and what he can actually do. So starting off first, he does come with an accessory. He comes with his blaster, but it's, you know, as you can see, it's this very nice, like, well, if it focuses on it, this gray sort of plastic with a little, you can kind of see like a little light section on the inside there. But that's it. He does come with instructions, obviously, and I do want you to go through them, but a lot of it is basically through the app. And I'll show that off here in a little bit. Focusing on the figure, the one thing that I instantly noticed when I took this out of the box was that his joints and his servos, when you move him in a direction, his joints stay there. Unlike Optimus Prime, where he gets really loose and floppy, this one you can actually pose and he'll stay in that position, which is outstanding. Really gives you a way to display this guy very cool looking, whereas that Optimus, when he's deactivated, he just kind of like slinks down. So again, this is an improvement in my opinion. But all the way around, amazing detail on this guy. Even when you come to the back, you got the little tire section here. I mean, this is really very cool. The legs here, obviously this very black section, obviously, and then with the shoulders and everything. But you got the car parts like the front of the Volkswagen Beetle. You have the section here with the roof of it, with the Autobot logo, great detail in the head sculpt. I mean, that absolutely looks like Bumblebee. The horns are there. Everything about this guy looks like the cartoon, which in my opinion is also an improvement over that Optimus Prime, which, as I said, still looks like Optimus Prime, but does have a slightly different look than the cartoon model. But obviously, the best feature on this is the animatronic aspect. So first, what you're going to want to do, make sure that you charge it. It came out of the box for me fairly charged, but you do have the charging port right there. You also have the power button right there. So you just push that, hold that down, and then there we go.
Hiya, friend. Bumblebee here.
He comes to life. And what better way to complete a cartoon representation of Bumblebee than actually using the original voice actor Dan Gilvezan in this release. And you can hear it clearly. All you have to do is say, "Hey Bumblebee."
How's it going?
Now, you don't have to just say that. You could say, "Bumblebee."
How's it going?
And he'll listen to you. But you can see that he's got this cool little pose going on. And that is outstanding. I really, really do dig that. Now, I actually printed out some of the commands right here, so let's go through some of them. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Victory.
Happy B-Day. Get it? B-Day?
And again, hearing that voice is iconic. It's the exact same feeling that I got when I heard that Optimus Prime and Peter Cullen talk. But again, let's go through some of the other voice commands. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Defense.
Whoa! Thanks for the heads up.
Now this is probably where you would want to have the blaster in his hand. And then it resets. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Here, wait, let's do this. Let's put this in his hand here. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Attack.
Ha! I was born battle ready.
That is so cool. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wonder if the light is on. No, it's not. Okay, so I have no idea. Okay. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Circuit fault. And some of these come directly from the app that I printed out, and some of them don't seem to really work all that well, so I don't know. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
What can you do?
All systems are go. Having some technical difficulties.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. Let's see, what else? Hey, Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Dance.
Hey, let's bust a move.
Oh, wow. Wow. He's playing the drums. This is going to be a fun one here. Let me see if I can. Hopefully, let's do this. We're going to put this here. I'm going to kind of come down. Let's see if this works as well as I'm hoping it would. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Mountain climb. Mountain. Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Climb. Hey, climb. All right, no, that's going to have to be one that I'm going to have to show you guys, unfortunately, when we get into the actual app section. Hey, Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Introduce yourself.
My name's Bumblebee. Sting like a bee.
All right, let's try this. Hey, Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Pose.
Cruising cool.
I think I did that one already. And look at that. That's amazing. Let's try the one with firing thing again. Hey, Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Open fire.
Okie dokie.
Oh, and it does light. I think it's lighting up. No, maybe it's not. But I mean, how incredibly cool is that? So again, as you can see, there is a lot of voice commands that are part of it, but it does seem like they pay a little bit more attention to the app section and, you know, using the controls inside there. One of the other features is that, and again, we'll compare this, but Bumblebee here also can interact to a degree with Optimus Prime. And they can kind of recreate a scene together, which is also very fun. But again, all of that is done through the app itself. So let's take a look at that aspect. Alright, so here we have them all set up. You can see my background and everything. I have the app pulled up here. Oh. He's stretching or something. Oh. Yeah. Apparently, that's how that works. But going back, this is the basic layout for the actual app itself. You launch it, all that kind of stuff. You have right over here, which has the remote control, which you use the Bluetooth for. So when you go in here, it'll allow you to control him basically and move him around. So like when you take this section, and if you do that, that will have him walk forward. Going in the opposite direction, has him walk backwards. Pretty self-explanatory. But you also have this section here, which allows you to move them to the sides and then to the other side. He's running low on power. Of course he is. But you can see he also started curving because you can kind of go off on a side there as well. But with a lot of the other features that you have on here, this is something that I'm nervous to try on here. But you can have him kick, and I'm going to try it. So that made me very nervous. Had a little bit of a heart attack. But you can do it the other side. So let's try that. I mean, I was talking about the balance that he has, and that's really impressive that he's able to do that. But you have all the different controls, like I said. So if you wanted to manually move him around, you could. And you could see that, honestly, he walks a lot better than Optimus Prime did. It looks a little bit more natural, I would say, even though he's kind of squat when he's doing that. But going back, now we're going to get out of that zone. And now you have options like creating. So you can go into this create section. Now, honestly, I haven't really tried this too terribly much. But you can program different things into them. You can do regular block sort of controls or manual ones. The manual one, I feel, is probably going to be the easiest. But when you're inside here, the voice function turns off. You're going to want to start that. And then it gives you a read-up of the different servos that he has. So you look at that, and then you literally will move his arms or whatever you wanted to do. And then you will press the sync button, I guess. Oh, and then when you're done, you add that. That adds the actual feature. So then we're going to move it back down. I'm going to move that arm up, put his head that way. And then you will hit that one. And then if you want to, you can hit play. And then it should show him doing that. And you can program different movements into him, which that's actually kind of cool that you can do that. The fact that you can program it, and it's pretty well locked once you do it. The fact that you can program it is really very impressive and allows a lot of creativity, so you can create your own poses for them. And now we're going to go back and we're going to cancel all that. So going back, exiting program mode, goes back to a standard thing. Now this is probably the most used aspect, is going to be the action section. These are all the different controls, and some of them, while I was saying couldn't work very well during the actual voice command thing, this does. So
Happy B-Day. Get it? B-Day?
and then he dances. And then you just go through and play with a whole bunch of these. So let's kind of experiment.
It's your birthday? Now that's something to buzz about. Happy birthday to one of my favorite humans. When in doubt, I ask myself, what would Optimus Prime do? Ugh, Megatron. That guy's the worst. Watch this move. How's this? Woohoo! Sting like a bee.
Now, that was something that I wanted to see happen, because so you can see he fell and then he automatically stood. So let's take that again. See if I can. Oh, it just does not want that. So oh no, he fell. He picks himself back up. That's incredible. But going back to some of the actual things that he can do, this is one of my personal favorites. Here we go. I'm going to put him this way, and you're going to see that he's going to do a little bit of a workout. Oh, he's picking up the speed. And now he's picking himself up. Unbelievable. But the best part, the absolute most fun aspect, is going to be this mini theater section. So again, we're going to click on that. Now you have two different options. You have the solo version, and if you have any of the other Optimus Prime figures, you can use this one. Let's do the solo one for right now. Now, as you can see, it has him holding the gun. So let's take that. I'm going to put that in his hand right here. Get that in. And now we're going to actually hit that button there, and you can see there's a little start button. So hitting the start button, let's get it going. Ooh, drama. Oh. Oh. Wow.
I'd do anything to protect my friends.
Not even gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous that he was gonna fall, but you can see, oh, I'm gonna knock my own stuff over. You can see just how stable he is. But that is, hopefully they come out with some more, but you have that as a solo. Now going back, as I talked about, if you wait for it, okay, you do have this bonus feature over here. If you have Optimus Prime, you can do interactions of sorts with him. But we do have to connect Optimus Prime first. So here we go. We're going to bring in Optimus Prime. I'm going to set him here. I'm going to set Bumblebee off to the side because we got to get him ready to go. So setting him there, we got to turn him on. He's going to go through his thing.
Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime.
Alright, so now he's on. But now you see, you have this section up here. Bumblebee's connected. We have to connect Optimus. So we're going to hit the plus sign. And then this is where it's going to be searching for him. I might have to turn it off to have him find... Oh, no. Okay, so there it is. And now we're going to connect Optimus. Now you can see that it unlocks these two. So now we're going to press these and get Bumblebee and Optimus to interact with one another. So let me readjust this a little bit just so that there's enough space here. And then let's activate Optimus Prime.
Connection complete.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
A storm is coming. The Autobots need your help to defeat the Decepticons.
You know I've always got your back. So, what's the plan? How are we gonna get out of this?
Let's stop the Decepticons. Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Ugh, Megatron. That guy's the worst. Are you ready for this?
I can really sink my teeth into this mission.
Okay, all systems are go. Let's team up and take down the Decepticons. Woohoo!
Autobots, transform and roll out.
So that's the Autobot Assemble one. Now there is a battle one, so for that, I'm going to bring in Optimus Prime's weapons. We're going to give him his blaster right here. I turned it on. I'm also going to give him his axe. So let's put that in there. There we go. And hopefully these guys don't end up smacking each other. Table's fairly small, but we might be able to do it. So let me angle up a little, and now we're going to hit the action one.
Decepticons detected.
Activating scanners for stealth mode. The Decepticons are attacking. Prepare for battle.
Autobots engage the enemy.
Ha! I was born battle ready. Okie dokie. Watch out! It's Megatron! Whoa! Thanks for the heads up. Time to blast some cons.
To all are one.
Woohoo! Cruising cool. A Decepticon's worst nightmare.
So as you can see, that was about a minute and 45 seconds or something like that. Very extensive. It does kind of require a lot of space. As you can see, Optimus Prime really does kind of swing his arms around and everything. But one thing that I'm also noticing is the audio is definitely... This one is much louder. I could probably adjust the volume on this a little bit lower. This guy is at the maximum volume, so you kind of lose him when Bumblebee's talking. So I'm going to have to play with the volume a little bit, but you'll be able to do that as well. But also, doing this allows me to show you the comparison in terms of the size with these two. This is, of course, the Elite Optimus, which is a little bit smaller than the flagship version. But I still think that, for the most part, these scale pretty decently together. Bumblebee actually would probably be a little bit smaller, so he probably scales a little bit better with their flagship one. But if you have the Elite one, it still works as well. But much like Optimus, you can see the light up eyes. He has that. He also does have these headlights down here that also light up. It's a little bit easier to see those here as opposed to in my reviewing area. And again, no, he doesn't transform. But as you can see, this does a pretty good job of both replicating how he looked in terms of his G1 toy and the cartoon. Bumblebee, though, really is more focused on looking like that cartoon than that toy. It's just Optimus, it works a little bit better. I think another one that would work really well in addition to these guys would be... Is he dabbing? I don't know what he's doing. But would be if they decided to do a G1 Soundwave. That would both look very good in terms of recreating the toy and, of course, the cartoon. But getting Optimus Prime out of the way for now, this guy is absolutely amazing. Yes, he does not transform, and that is going to annoy some people. And I can understand it. I mean, it is what it is, though. What you're getting here is an extremely well done robot. As you can see, standing here, he's alive. Now, is this non-transforming Bumblebee worth the $400 price point? In my honest opinion, yes it is. When you think of all the detail that's in this from an internal perspective, the servos, the computers, all that stuff that really goes into making what you see actually do what it's doing, it's not cheap. The fact that it has that little theater mode is really very fun, as you can see. The fact that you can program your own movements into it and create whatever kind of poses you want, much like that Optimus Prime one, is really cool in this as well. This guy really is out of this world and can easily be, in addition to that Optimus Prime, a centerpiece for anybody's Transformer collection. And if you have the means, I would absolutely recommend picking this guy up. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Robosen Performance Bumblebee G1 Edition.
How's it going?
Of course, because I said his name. Again, I want to send a huge shout out to the folks over at Robosen for sending this to me. That way I can review it for you guys. And if you'd like to add them to your collection, I'm going to put a couple links down in the video description where you can go and add this guy to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and auf Wiedersehen.